required to transport wheelchairs for your clients. At times this can be a difficult and challenging process, so it's important to ensure that your vehicle is equipped to carry such an aid. As you see, I've got a blanket here to undertake this activity to provide protection for my vehicle. I have a self-propelled wheelchair here, and then I'm going to go through a number of methods that you could use to transfer this from upright into your boot of your car. Once a wheelchair has been assessed as a suitable aid for you to transport, we also need to lighten the load as much as possible. This would be requiring you to move any removable foot plates. Okay. We need to condense this load down, so I'm actually bringing it in nice and small. I've got the brakes are on, and with this method I'm actually going to use a counter leverage to tilt this into the car. For my posture, I need to come down into a squat, lunging in and letting the wheelchair pivot and walking it in. To remove the wheelchair from the car, again just putting my blanket back over, supporting my body weight in a lunge, allowing the wheelchair to come up onto the lip of the car and to pivot and turn. Okay, we're ready to continue assembling it to use it again. Another method that we could actually use, again we're removing the foot plates to make the load lighter. Reducing the size, making it more compact, bringing it into the car as close as possible, applying the brakes. We're lowering the backrest, coming down nice and close, lunging forward. Okay, again allowing the wheelchair to rest on the lip of the car and then sliding into the vehicle. To remove the wheelchair, we're bringing the wheelchair's wheels up onto the lip of the car, making sure then I'm into a squat position and coming down, keeping the load again close to my body. Okay. We're ready to use. Key points to remember when we're transporting equipment such as a wheelchair: the size, okay, how heavy it is, am I able to lift this, am I able to reduce the weight at all, therefore I can remove our foot plates, which we've done. But then also on this model of wheelchair, at times the self-propel can be quite cumbersome. Pressing in the centre button, I can actually remove the wheels. However, if I do this, I need to make sure that when I'm reassembling it, I actually do a test to make sure that it is secure. As a support worker, we may be required to actually transport our client and take them on outings. So in this instance, making sure our client can safely get in and out of a vehicle is a priority. So in this instance, I'm going to ask Jeffrey to manoeuvre himself back so he can actually feel the car on the backs of his legs, and to feel for the chair behind him. You could support yourself on the door, Jeffrey. Just feel for the seat behind you. Bottom in first. Okay, and as Jeffrey comes into the car, I'm going to actually get him to slide back, bringing his legs up. We're not wanting to lift the legs, but I can actually guide and direct. To assist Jeffrey, I can actually pass the seatbelt to him. If Jeffrey's able to, he can actually plug the seatbelt in. If not, once I come around to the driver's side, I could actually assist him plugging it in. In supporting Jeffrey out of the car, again, he's been able to unclip the seatbelt, just making sure it doesn't flick back in his face. I'm just holding it to come back. I'm going to ask Jeffrey, just as he leans forward, just to be bringing his legs out of the car. Wonderful. Just supporting his head, making sure he's not going to hit it, directing the hand on the car, and when you're ready, and up. Always good just to be at the side of the client, just to make sure that they've got good balance.